Offroad Odyssey is presented by Rockford Fosgate.
What's up? I'm Alexa Score and welcome to Offroad Odyssey. We're in Glamis and ready to throw some sand, but today's show's gonna be a little different. Before we rip up the dunes, we're heading inside the build to show you how we turned a CanAm Maverick R into this bad boy. To build our sandblasting machine, we came to Phoenix, Arizona, one of the top riding destinations in the US and home to dozens of off-road brands. We called up some of our friends to help bring this build to life. Rockford Fosgate, DRT Motorsports, Shock Therapy, and Sandcraft. We're in the Sandcraft garage, and this is where the magic's gonna happen. Ride Now Powersports just dropped off this CanAm Maverick R, but it's not gonna look like this for long. Our friends at DRT Motorsports are here to get this build started.
I'm Landon with DRT Motorsports. I own DRT Motorsports. We're located in Riverside, California, and we make side-by-side performance products. Came out with Pete, who's going to tell us a little bit about the products, and then Jason, who's installing everything on the car.
All right, Pete, you guys are kicking this thing off for us. What do we got here, and what's going on the machine?
Today we're adding a few parts to the CanAm Mav R, and we're going to start with our trunk enclosure. The storage is a little limited on the Mav R from the get-go, so our guys developed this trunk enclosure. It'll hold your ice chest, tools, anything else you need for a long day on the ride. I'll be your Vanna White. Cool. As you can see with Jason installing this, there's no specialized tools with the install of this part.
So it seems like all the assembly is pretty simple as far as the tools required.
We try and design it. The joke is an accountant can do it on a Saturday with a basic set of tools.
Is that the real joke? I feel like you
That's
have a joke.
joke.
That's the television show version of the joke, for sure. Got a lot of stuff, so this would be nice for me. This thing's pretty handy. And then you just pop this in to lock it up?
Yep. They snap shut just like that, and you're ready to hit the trail. You can see that our theme runs throughout our product line. Try and make all of our parts complement each other. The mesh is part of our trunk enclosure as well as our rear bumper, and you'll see touches of it on our front bumper once we get to that point. Our guys just installed the front bumper for the Maverick R. They worked really hard. As you can see, the approach angle on the bumper is still a great angle for off-roading and rock crawling. Nice thing it is winch compatible, and it does give you full coverage of the body. It's a nice accent to the rest of our parts, as we were talking before, how we try and incorporate the same style and design throughout our product. So our grill up here has the brushed aluminum mesh, as does our bumper, our rear bumper, and our trunk enclosure.
We really put a big priority on first function, making sure building products that really work well. And then second, design, aggressively designing products that complement the car and really add to the looks of the car. We did DRT billet mirrors with for visibility behind you, light bar bracket with KC lighting on the car.
All right, bumpers feel solid. The DRT guys are done here, but there is plenty more to do on this build when we get back on Offroad Odyssey.
Offroad Odyssey is sponsored by Rockford Fosgate, purpose-built audio. Motorcycle gear, no matter what you ride, motorcyclegear.com has the gear you need. Aluma Trailers, ready to ride when you are. Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply, your one-stop shop for all things DeWalt. And by Onyx Off-Road, your #1 off-road mapping and navigation app.
Welcome back to Offroad Odyssey. We've got about a day and a half to get this build done before we head to Glamis, and the guys from Shock Therapy just rolled in. They're not wasting any time.
I'm Justin Smith with Shock Therapy, and at Shock Therapy what we do is take ride quality to the next level when it comes to UTVs. Most UTVs are just kind of tuned for the average customer, and really anybody that drives hard and fast is not average at all, and that's who we cater to, and we make them ride wonderful for that customer. The new Maverick R is quite a new machine, great new engineering from CanAm, and they turn very, very well. They take the whoops even better because you can take the terrain so much harder, and so you can drive the vehicle that much faster. The components really need to be stepped up in certain areas for our customers. We prep the sway bar links for our new links that are stronger because cornering does stress those a lot more. And the radius rod package that's on this is one of a kind with a double shear plate on the spindle, which makes it much stronger when you really want to push it. So Firminator is a brand new thing for us. We're very proud of it. And the new CanAm Maverick R does not come with a push button or a panic button to go full stiff. So when you're driving along, you're a little bit on the aggressive side, you come into a corner or around one, and you're surprised with a big washout. Well, most cars aren't going to be tuned to put up with that, and normally you'd bottom the car out and possibly hurt yourself. Well, when you see those oops in the road, you're able to hit the button, immediately go full stiff, and glide right over it without any issue. So the crew we have at Shock Therapy is amazing. Our team is second to none. We wouldn't be anywhere without everybody that works for us and with us, and it's definitely a team atmosphere. But we do 20 cars a day, so these guys are absolutely experts. They can jump in like a NASCAR pit stop and knock out any of our products really quickly.
While Shock Therapy dials in the shocks, Sandcraft is about to clock in.
All right, we're here in your garage. Thanks for letting us use your space.
Yeah, it's awesome. Glad you guys could make it out. Shock Therapy just came by. They ripped this thing apart, and they're doing a little special treatment on the shocks right now. So we're looking forward to seeing what they have to come back with.
Yeah, totally. And in the meantime, what are we gonna do here? What do you guys got cooking?
We have a couple cool things that we're gonna actually release product-wise on this vehicle. So let's go on over and take a look.
All right, Brent, show us what you got.
All right, so let's start off with our flagship patent. This is steering rack stabilizer. This is designed to bolt onto the vehicle without any type of modification whatsoever. Instead of the steering rack having all of the load on the rack moving up and down and left to right, depending on where the suspension geometry is at the moment, Now you have a dual parallel system, so you have the main slider of here, and then this is the support, so it takes all of the load off the rack. So there's no more internal load going on the rack. It makes the car feel brand new because the steering's always tight, and you end up never having to worry about this as a failure when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
It's gonna need to be able to handle it, so we can't wait to see it in action.
We have our limit strap assembly for the Mav R. So we have 17.4 that's been heat treated. H900, some nerd talk I know, but it actually matters. So this is gonna help limit the amount of droop in the suspension, which helps increase the lifespan of the CVs and the axles.
Are you an engineer?
I am not.
You just hang out with engineers.
Yeah, I know a guy. I know a guy.
You just hire them. Got it.
Yeah,
All right.
Self-taught engineer.
There you go.
If that's such a thing.
That works.
Most of all, when you know that the car's built right, it's nice to be in series comfort. We love working with XXX, and they make us our own custom type of seat. Real suede, custom stitching. When you're sitting in the car, you feel extremely comfortable, and you don't kind of flop around side to side, which is a huge thing.
Plus, you look good. Look good, feel good.
Absolutely.
We're calling it a day here at Sandcraft, but we have another full day and a lot more work to do coming up next.
Offroad Odyssey is sponsored by Shock Therapy, your premier suspension tuning company. Cargo Max, the only utility trailer in the sports car category. AMSOIL, engineered for what you drive. And by FlowFast, the ultimate portable fluid transfer system.
Welcome back to Offroad Odyssey. We have one day left here in the Sandcraft garage to finish this build before we head to Glamis. Rockford Fosgate is already here doing what they do best, bringing the party. John, you got your guys hard at work here. What are they installing in this machine?
So they are installing a new hand-built kit for this Maverick R. We're excited to be a part of this car and build just because it's something new for us. It's an opportunity for us to use this car's development. We're basically putting up like a proof of concept kit in, I guess you could say. It consists of some 6.5-inch weight cans, some 6.5-inch speakers up front, 1,500 watt 5-channel amp, and a 10-inch subwoofer underneath the passenger seat. So it should sound really good.
Sweet. So this was all just done in the shop down there.
Yep.
A few miles away.
A few miles away, yeah. So the guys, put it together, hand-built a harness for it. We're excited to hear it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Custom just for us right here. I'm excited to hear it ripping around Glamis.
We are too.
Like we said, we only have one day to finish this machine, so we've got a number of different people with their hands on it all at the same time. Wolf Designs just showed up. They are prepping this car for an epic custom wrap. It's gonna look so good.
The wrap is gonna take a while. In the meantime, the guys install an Evolution Power Sports engine tune. The software modifies the preset parameters on the car's computer to get optimal performance.
We are getting super close. Wolf Designs is just finishing up this wrap, which has completely transformed this machine. After this, we've got a couple more components from both Sandcraft and from Shock Therapy, and then we're ready to hit the sand.
So we're lucky enough to team up with Metal FX. They're a great family-owned company, great group of guys, super high quality product. So we're super excited to be teamed up with them on this build. With these awesome Metal Effects 15-inch beadlock wheels, they are coupled with our Sandcraft Destroyer paddle tire combination. This is a patented Mohawk design. It helps you track and control under all conditions. In the rear, we're running our Sandcraft Destroyer 14 paddle Slayer 1, which is perfectly coupled for the weight and the horsepower that the car has.
All right, we've got some of the finishing touches going on here. What are these guys doing?
Well, a lot of stuff went on behind the scenes last night, and we kind of took everything back to the shop. Take the shocks apart, go on the inside, develop new bypass tubes, new coil spring package, valving. And the guys are putting everything back on and about to set ride heights. Ride heights are pretty important. They're tuned for the weight and accessories that are on the vehicle, and if it sits too low, it won't ride correctly. If it sits too high, it's not gonna ride correctly either. So after we set that up, this thing's pretty much ready to go.
Cool, and that's why it's key to do it at the end, right? Because we're putting in all the accessories and then having that weight accurate.
You know, you nailed that. You know, we would like to be the last person on the project, so we have every single accessory accounted for in the spring package.
Cool, well, I can't wait to see these in action.
Me too.
All right, Brent, we just kicked the shock therapy guys out of here. We're saving the best for last, is that the deal?
Absolutely.
All right, what do we got next?
On the final stages of the car, we're gonna install the limit straps and then the wheels and tires, and we're gonna be ready to throw some sand. Are you ready for that?
I'm so ready. Let's finish this thing out.
All right, let's do it.
After 2 days in the shop and a ton of hands on deck, our Mav R is finally finished, and there's only one thing left to do. That's throw some sand in Glamis. Welcome back to Offroad Odyssey. We made the haul to Glamis with the folks from the build, and now we're ready to see what this machine can do. So let's go.
Check this thing out. We started with a CanAm Maverick and added DRT Motorsports accessories, a custom audio kit from Rockford Fosgate, a shock therapy Furminator and shock package, Metal Effects FX beadlock wheels, a Sandcraft steering rack stabilizer, limit straps, custom seats, and tires. An engine tune by Evolution Power Sports, and a custom wrap by Wolf Designs.
All right, Brent, I think we pulled it off.
Dude, that was awesome. How much fun did you have out there?
So much fun. I mean, I love Glamis.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Glamis, and this machine is kind of the ultimate Glamis vehicle.
Dude, it's awesome. It was hitting the whoops, super fun. The slideability on the car was absolutely blast. So you're gonna come back out?
Most definitely. But I need my crew to, this is quite the squad that we had
Yeah.
out here today, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna need everyone to run it back.
Okay,
Sweet.
so maybe around 2.
There you go.
There you go.
You
Cool.
got it. It's
All
a
right.
deal. We'll see you back here sometime soon.
Yeah.